Georgia has once again found itself at a crossroads. The outcome of Saturday's elections are a blow to pro-Western Georgians, who are convinced that the victory of the pro-Russian ruling party was achieved unfairly. Opposition parties and President Zurabishvili have mobilized thousands of protesters in front of the Georgian parliament. A crowd of several thousand demonstrators in downtown Tbilisi chanted, "This is Georgia, not Russia." Georgian, Ukrainian, and European Union flags flew everywhere. The banners read, "No to the Russian dream."
Because my country is occupied by Russia and I want to defend my country and I want to protest the elections, which was totally unfair. It was fake, so I need to defend my freedom and my future, my European directions.
We can show Europe leaders that we are here and these elections are not our choice. We choose opposition, we choose coalition in our government, and we did not choose Georgian dream. It's not our choice.
Opposition leaders announced that there had been a, quote, special operation in Georgia led by Russian special services and a usurpation of power. Therefore, they will demand a repeat of the elections under the control of international observers. President Salome Zurabishvili called for the continuation of mass protests. You did not lose these elections, your votes were stolen, and they tried to steal your future as well. Together, peacefully as we are doing today, we will defend what is ours, our constitutional right to have our vote respected. Observers from international organizations, including the European Commission and the OSCE, recorded cases of vote buying, voter intimidation, and ballot stuffing.
We are following closely the developments upon the parliamentary elections in Georgia that took place on Saturday. You would have seen that the High Representative and the European Commission published yesterday an initial reaction. Here we have made it clear that the EU expects the Georgian Central Election Commission and other relevant authorities to fulfill their duties.
The United States calls for a full investigation of all reports of violations related to the Georgian elections.
More than 80% of the Georgian people want to see the country integrated into the EU and NATO. The Constitution of Georgia, proposed and backed by the current governing party, stipulates the pursuit of membership in these Euro-Atlantic institutions. All parties campaigned in support of this goal, but the governing party has adopted measures inconsistent with that course. The Georgian government can recommit to its democratic Euro-Atlantic trajectory by respecting the rule of law, addressing deficiencies in its electoral process, withdrawing and repealing anti-democratic legislation, and undertaking significant effort on outstanding EU accession reform recommendations.
Among those concerned about the situation in Georgia is Polish President Andrzej Duda. Just had a phone call with President Salome Zurabishvili. We discussed the deeply concerning situation in Georgia following recent parliamentary elections. I reiterated Poland's unwavering support for the Euro-Atlantic aspirations of the Georgian nation. Georgia's difficult situation stems from its geopolitical position. The country is largely economically dependent on Russia and thus vulnerable to all forms of blackmail. These are areas related to the transmission of energy, fuel, and even such trivial things as wheat and flour, 90% of which is imported from Russia, which has repeatedly tried to destabilize the political and economic situation in Georgia through this very mechanism. Political scientists point to a constitutional problem that may now arise. Some opposition politicians have announced that they will not take their seats in protest against the manipulation. President Zurabishvili also does not intend to appoint a new parliament. So, Georgia is facing a serious political crisis that could lead to early elections.